have to protect our children. Look at his shirt. It says hot moms. He's with a 13-year-old girl. Life is never right. I'm Carmelo Cotton and I'm back with another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And today we're going to be reacting to the David and Celeste situation. And I'm Carmelo Cotton. Life is never rotten. And let's get into this reaction.
Celeste situation is really dire. And we just got some bombshell new information that I think changes this entire case. And honestly, I'll be real with y'all. If this case isn't solved within 30 days, if the perpetrators, whether it's David or whoever committed the murder of Celeste, if it's not solved within 30 days, I fear it will never be solved.
Yeah, it's like, it's scary, bro, because when shit like this, a celebrity who obviously killed this young girl, he should automatically went to jail as the first day they found out the body was in the car. And that's not a crazy take. I really do believe this man killed that girl and somebody helped him. And let's see what damning facts they got about David.
And honestly, the worst part about all of this too is knowing deep down.
This is the LAPD we're talking about, bro. Whose side do you think they're really on? The money, bro. So like, I don't understand like why they haven't fucking arrested him yet. Shut the fuck up. Why are you barking? Who's here? God, girl. Damn, okay, but what I was saying was
inside that if
be quiet. Damn.
Celeste was murdered anywhere else other than Los Angeles, her murder would have been solved. Her perpetrator would have been in jail. A trial would have been starting by now.
Yeah.
But because she was...
How to take out the trash. I just can't love that dog. She just need to be quiet when I'm fucking recording.
Murdered in LA, and they're absolute nincompoops, right? They're idiots. LAPD is lazy. They don't solve murders. They don't solve.
Yeah, they're lazy, bro. Like they're just worried about drugs and guns and gang violence. That's all. I promise you. These serial killers, like y'all heard about that one serial killer who was attractive young male, the Night Walker. Y'all heard about the Night Walker? How the community had to put belt to ass on that man. How like it don't make any sense to me, bro. LAPD, do better.
Crimes at all. There's nothing funny about this situation, but this new bombshell update from LAPD would really make you chuckle in a sinister.
LAPD, do better. And we have to protect our children. Look at his shirt. It says hot moms.
Just released.
He's with a 13-year-old girl.
An update on the case, okay? After discovering Celeste dismembered, right? Limbs tore apart from her body, wrapped up in a trash bag in the trunk of a Tesla, LAPD has finally said, okay, right, after months of investigating this, we are suspecting that this was a homicide. Excuse me? If you've been following this case, you know that LAPD has literally refused to consider this a homicide. They have investigated every other angle other than a homicide and a murder, and you ask yourself why. Like, idiots, idiots, bruh. They even tried to get off that this could have been a drug overdose, and the people around her just panicked and tried to conceal her body.
Yeah, like, why are they trying to switch it up like that? Like, they don't... Bro, I don't know, bro. LA is weird, bro. Like, I love my city too, bro.
What? Where would that line of logic lead? This kid had an overdose in the home that she shared with us. We feel terrified that maybe we could get...
When you're doing violence outside of the like public, it's like they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? They're worried about the violence that's happening within like the neighborhoods, bro. You know what I mean? Gangbangers be loud about it. A David ass nigga, they be very quiet about it. But it was right in front of our faces this whole time. He's going live with this little girl. The whole time he was making this music and he wanted to connect her birthday to a song called Romantic Homicide. It's like it's way too obvious, bro. The one thing that COVID showed us, bro, is that we're not stupid. We have the fucking information right in front of our fucking eyes. And yes, the internet's fucked up. It could get misconstrued and all that. But he obviously is a weirdo, and he should not be hanging around 13-year-old girls. Lock him up for that.
Blame for contributing
Wasn't
to the
she
delinquency
missing?
of a minor. At the very least, we get condemned socially. At the very most, we get a delinquency to a minor charge and probably do about 1 or 2 years in prison. Cool. Now, they are faced with that reality, and we believe that they would trade that 1 or 2 years of social, like, condemning with, hey, let's just take the body, dismember the body, chop it up a little bit, right? Whip the limbs from her torso, put her in a trash bag, throw her in the back of a, no, not back, because the trunk of a Tesla is at the front. Throw her in the trunk.
In the front of the Tesla. Which model Tesla is this? Probably the newest one. But I seen the Tesla trunk. It's not the biggest, bro. So they chopped that body up. No, I can't even say that. That shit's sad to fucking say, bro. This story just actually hurts my stomach.
Trunk of a Tesla. And then what? Her family would never ask about her. 20, 30 years go by, she's dead. The family would never wonder where she is. The family would just be perfectly okay with never hearing from their daughter again. You must have, at some point, somebody would have came looking for her. Somebody. And if it was a drug overdose, and you chop up the limbs and wait, let's say a year or two, and the body fully decomposed, or God forbid, you guys like go down the other route, which is like y'all done add like her to a fire, y'all done burn her and cremate her. Now there is no trace of what the cause of death is. All they know is one of you guys, right, dismembered his body and burned it and cremated it, and now you're looking at a murder investigation. Why would anybody choose that reality over what it would have been if it was a drug overdose, which is delinquency of a minor, social condemning, but for the most part, you're not spending the rest of your life in jail.
You're saying that there is another suspect other than David.
This man right here looks stressed out.
LAPD has.
So is this a pimple patch gang, or is this like a tattoo? Cause I seen it a couple times. You perform like, is that a pimple patch gang?
Sight set on with respect to what happened to Celeste before, during, and after her death, correct?
Correct.
If you get stuck on a melody, or if you just feel like you can't get a song started, Output's co-producer is very...
Welcome to the Two Angry Men podcast. Mark,
he looked tired.
David is in big trouble. We now know. And I can give you this 100%.
And he wear contacts on the daily or some shit. Like, those contacts, bro.
The medical examiner has not yet determined cause of death, nor has the toxicology report been given over to the LAPD. The LAPD Robbery Homicide Unit is viewing the death of Celeste Rivas as a homicide, and David is a suspect. And he is a...
David is not the only suspect.
And David is not the only suspect. But what I am told is that at least one other suspect, it's not necessarily in connection to the murder, it's in connection...
You know what I'm curious about? I'm gonna throw this on a whim. What's up with the mom? The mom, she says she knew David. She knew she had a boyfriend named David. That is why I feel like David is going through some like type of Romeo Juliet law. But if she was missing for 2 years before this, it's like, make it make sense. And you see them in the streams together. Make it make sense, bro.
To dismembering the body. And I think this all has to do with a mysterious trip to Santa Barbara in the middle of the night last spring. And I got details. What do you got?
David had a 9-month head start. The private investigator said Celeste was murdered since February. 9 months to cover all tracks as a multi-millionaire. Like, excuse me? Bruh, there's probably not a shred of evidence left, man. 9 months to cover all tracks, to think about what happened, go over what you did, recover what you did, cover what you did. Oh, no. It's over with, bro.
It's over with.
Right? The only way they would ever find out exactly what happened is if one of these weirdo anime watching, obsessed gore kids who's involved in this murder as well, if they snitch. But the police is able to get snitches to tell because they got something going on. Hey, bruh, we'll let you get off on this other shit you did if you tell us what happened right here and cooperate against David. But these ain't street dudes, bruh. They don't got an array of crimes for you.
That's what I'm saying. It's harder, bro. Gangbangers, they have the track record. They got the charges after charges. Like, they've been in the system. Civilians who, like, do crime, those motherfuckers be dangerous too, bro, because they really like chameleons in this shit, bro. They really, like, David don't look like the type of dude just kill somebody. He looked like a dude you'll smoke with, and you would have a conversation about some witchcraft maybe, but then you want to think he had the fucking balls to kill somebody. Yeah, that's crazy.
To get them on. No, these is weirdo anime watching weirdos. They don't got nothing, and they holding it down more than the street dudes. Look, a group of street dudes would have had an informant by now, letting them know exactly what happened. These kids is holding it down and they ain't telling, because of course there's multiple people involved. Of course they brought the body to an isolated desert to dismember it, rip the limbs apart from the torso, and put it in the trash bag. And I believe the only reason why they even brought it back to that house, because when they raided that house, what they found chemicals that was used to, like, disintegrate a body. The plan was bring that body back,
How'd they even
use
know
those chemicals at a large scale to remove all evidence this body even existed.
It's all that.
Okay, so not only that, but you know how...
Bro, we got all this technology in LA and fucking the West Coast, and you couldn't fucking...
We've almost got whiplash on this story from... I think you were the one who had said that all of your sources had dried up like very, very early on this, and you were actually quite surprised.
Not anymore.
And the reason for that, by the way, my surmise, wild speculation, they not only got the records that support what you were saying is 100%, that he took a trip to Santa Barbara County, but they now also, and you may have reported this, I'm not in the weeds on the TMZ feed, but they've got his social media and have tied up social media with some of the trips, and they've got cell phone records that they have poured over, and they have triangulated this to the point where it's eerie. I saw this 10 years ago on another murder case that I had, but when it was in the infancy stages, they've got a chart at LAPD that you would not believe. They've got this thing down to a timeline that's almost by the minutes triangulated to the location, if you can believe that. And it's not just one source. When I say triangulated, it's media, social media, cell phone, Tesla, other, and all I'll say is other kind of GPS tracking.
That's what I'm saying.
Devices, if you will. And it's really, I used to joke, or my father used to joke, LAPD is lost and presumed destroyed. They actually have elevated their game, and this is the...
So they're saying they actually elevated their game. So, like, why is he still out? He's still out? They're like, oh, he killed her. He's not like a threat to society, because I don't think he's going to do it again. I feel like, you know what I mean? They probably think, like, oh, they want the gangbangers because they know that they got to hit. I don't know, bro. But he has no history of crimes, bro. But it's like, it just don't make sense. I'm trying to have the devil advocate, but it just doesn't make sense to me,
quite
bro.
Feat of investigation so far.
That's fascinating. So let me tell you what we know, because it aligns with what you just said, that in the spring, David took a trip to a very remote area of Santa Barbara County in the middle of the night and spent several hours there. We have also been told, yes, there is another suspect, but the suspect is somebody they believe helped him dismember the body, because what we were told by multiple sources is they believe that more than one person dismembered the body. Now, I don't think they can conclude that just by looking at it. I mean, look, Jeffrey Dahmer dismembered a body completely, and he did it alone. So there's some reason they're saying he had help.
There's footage, as we already learned before, of somebody driving the Tesla back to the house and
crazy.
parked it.
It's crazy how they compared him to Jeffrey Dahmer, though. Damn. That's a bad comparison as a black man.
Now, the body was in the trunk when he drove that Tesla back to the crib. Police was able to positively identify and ID the person, but it's unclear whether or not they are a suspect as well. So, of course, multiple people were involved. You think a multimillionaire with a bunch of flunkies around, you think he's going to do his own bidding? Absolutely not. At all.
You're gonna make the flunkies
And
do
this
it.
is just not your average group of kids. No, these are, again, I say kids very loosely because David is like 22, 23 years old. So these are adults.
He's my age, y'all. Everybody has dark thoughts, bro. Do not act upon them. Just don't. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Your life, the other person's life, your future. Quite frankly, if you don't give a fuck about your life, boo-hoo, nigga. God damn, boo-hoo. Because it's like, you must not be happy if you could kill somebody, bro. Everybody has to have that power to be able to kill somebody. Because if something was a threat to me and my family, you got to be able to kill that motherfucker who's threatening your family. But a little girl that you traumatized and you took from her family and took her life, who had a future too, just take your own self, bro.
These are not a group of people who are just normal people. No,
Find
these
some
are
help.
people who are obsessive when it comes to gore. In that Discord, they were sharing gore videos of folks being murdered and killed. So people who are that obsessive with gore, of course they know how to discard a body. Of course they have watched endless true crime and know how to cover their tracks. I knew for a fact, after this new report, that we were dealing with somebody who may have did this before, right? I don't think this is their first time. Because when TMZ and the police dropped...
So see, that contradicts what I said earlier. I thought it might have been his first time, and then like the police thinking that he's just not a threat to society at the moment. Once you fuck that first girl, once you get that big ass paycheck, once you kill somebody, you gonna do it again.
New update earlier today that the body was apparently frozen. Like, the manner in which the body was frozen wasn't just a normal man. No,
The body was frozen.
A permafrost method. The body was frozen, right? It's some type of like permafrost method. And because it was frozen in that method, the cause of death, they no longer know. They
Wow.
can't get the cause of death because it was frozen in a manner in which will conceal the cause of death.
Somebody got to
So
snitch.
hence, them trying to figure out, was this a homicide? Was this a strangulation? Was this a drug overdose? They can no longer discover it. Even creating more legal challenges now when it comes to prosecuting people involved.
Yeah.
Whoever did this had a lengthy experience in doing this, and they've done it before. Because the average person ain't thinking about this. Hey, yo, if you permafrost the body, it will conceal the cause of death. Oh, huh? Yo, I'm terrified.
Don't give these people questions, bro. It's making my
There's
stomach
somebody
hurt.
out there, bro, who got a lust for blood.
Some major developments in the Celeste Rivas death. TMZ has learned that her body had been frozen. And when it was found, it was still partially frozen in the back of David's car. And it was in such bad condition that we are told the medical examiner may never be able to establish the cause of death. So here's what we know. When the body was found, it was in terrible condition. It had been decapitated, the torso was intact, the limbs had been removed, and they were cut up severely. The body was partially frozen in the trunk, and this is...
Wow, bro. They did all that to this little girl, bro.
This is really important because remember, the body had been sitting there for days before it was finally impounded and then the body discovered. And it was still, the body parts were still partially frozen. So we are told that when the body first went to the medical examiner's office in early September, it was listed as an apparent homicide, but that was just from what seemed obvious, that the body was cut up into pieces. The medical examiner is having a really tough time right now trying to figure out what the cause of death was. We are told it is likely the cause of death will go undetermined because of the condition of the body and the fact that it was frozen and the fact that it was cut up the way it was. So we have told you that we know David is a suspect, and even if it is undetermined, the LAPD can still move forward, as could the LA County District Attorney. The LAPD is viewing this as a homicide. David is a suspect. We know this.
I'm convinced we dealing with a serial killer here, man. Whoever did it, they a serial killer, bro. Think about you and your group of friends. Are y'all capable of this? Are y'all capable of concealing and dealing with a dead body in this regard for months? First off, I don't even know any one of my friends who would drive in a car alone with a dead body, bro. We is punks, man. We punks, bro.
I ain't doing it. I'm scared.
Yo, having to see my friend in his casket and be his pallbearer, that was hard enough for me. I can't even imagine, bro, having to deal move the body from this place to this place to that place, dismember it, cut it. Oh, nah, y'all got it, bro.
Yeah, they got it.
Y'all got it, man. And LAPD, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, bro. Waiting months to say, okay, yeah, we think it's a homicide now. You think?
You think it's a homicide now?
Let me tell you something. Yo, LAPD is so unserious, bro. Crimes don't get solved in LA. I'm telling you right now. Yo, if you want to commit, LA is the perfect place for criminals to go. Crimes don't get solved in LA. I know people who drive around LA, no driver license, no insurance, no registrations, no nothing. Police will pull them over and not even like do the justice by taking them in, bruh, or towing a car. LAPD is lazy as heck. Yo, ask anybody who lives in LA. You can drive through LA with no license, no insurance, no nothing, and the police won't even bother to pull you over and do their job because they're just lazy people in general.
Hey, they leaking into Vegas too, like no plates, I swear. Motherfuckers don't drive with no light, no plate. They just dead eyes be swerving them lanes. They don't give a fuck. They blasting their music, I promise you. And they be getting away with it, bro. I swear, you can get away with more than you think. If the fucking president is a pedophile, you can get away with more than you fucking think. That's why I feel like people are doing more crimes, bro. Because when you see shit like this, it make you be like, whoa, he didn't get in trouble for that. Damn, wow, damn. Make you start thinking. And then you be like, damn, be having those thoughts too. Oh, maybe I could act upon. No, you gotta scare the people, bro. If you chop a motherfucker's arm off, an eye for an eye, I'm gonna chop your arm off.
But y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think happened?
How y'all feel about that? I feel like everybody who is involved in that situation should be gone off the earth. But how y'all feel about this video? This is Poet Commentary, and this is Carmelo Cotton here with the reaction. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully this case gets solved. It's making me mad, but peace out. Stay safe. Watch some SpongeBob after this.